Yo, what's up, my brother? In this video, I want to share with you the testimonial of a client who basically attracted his ex-girlfriend back. This is not something that I advise to do, okay? Like, this is not going to happen most of the times. But for my client, because his case was very unique and because we did a very specific kind of work, it did ended up being successful. He proposed to her and they got married very recently. And his relationship is very different right now. Very, very different. And I don't want to share the whole story because my client is going to do it much better than I do. So enjoy the video. And if you want to have a free course to attract one date opportunity every week with your ideal woman, you can click the link down below. I'm sharing the entire framework to make this a reality totally for free.
My girlfriend and I had been in a relationship for like 10 years, and we got to the point where it was like a cycle. Like, we never really committed to each other. We date all these years and we break up and get back together. And what I found was it was a part of me that didn't feel good enough. And so, most recently, last year, this time last year, we had separated. It was a lot of events. We had lost, she had miscarried. We were getting closer, and then she miscarried our child. We got into a bad car accident up in the mountains. We had an Airbnb business that just went upside down. We had so many big issues that, to the point where, we look at each other and we're just like, we're defeated, we're done. And so we split up, and I immediately was like, man, I made a mistake, want to go back to her. And all the while, I had these missing pieces of me that I never handled, or I never, confronted. And so I would try this program, that program, watching YouTube videos, binge watching all day long, trying to go on the apps and date. Like, the dating freaking sucks. It's like, you talk to girls, but they don't respond. It's like, what the heck? Like, why am I even like, what? Why are you even on the app if you're not going to talk to people? I know I'm not an ugly guy. So it's like, at least one of you 50 women or whatever. So that happened, and then I saw my lady on the app. And so that was like a big like gut thing. It's like, man, that's she's out there too. And so
Mm.
we had took this trip to France, and we were supposed to go together for our friend's wedding. And she ended up we had started talking again. We had just started got to the point where we were okay with talking. And then she went on the trip, like, probably a couple weeks later, and she had hooked up with a couple guys on her trip. And I just like lost it, man. I fell apart. I thought we were working things out. I thought we were getting it back together. And that really hit me really hard. And so I'm trying to get this self help. And so I started seeing, like, it's something with me that's causing all this. And I realized, from talking to Sasha, it's like, yo, man, from what it appears, like, you don't feel like you're worthy enough, or you don't love yourself enough to
Mm.
embrace and lean into your own relationship with this girl that you built all this stuff with. And so, about how long was it? Maybe no, we have been talking. We said April, and I think it was, honestly, I think it was February that we started talking, because
Oh, yeah?
yeah, I
I
think it
don't
was
know.
February. And so it's probably the beginning of February. So I started working with Sasha, and he just started asking me these different questions, and I'm just a mess. I can't even think straight, and I'm sending him all kind of weird videos. And so he's like, dude, you just gotta stop. Like, stop. And so eventually got to the point with my girlfriend, we got back together. And we recently took a trip to Mexico, and I asked her to be my wife on the trip. And so, like, that was a big deal for me, because in my upbringing, not many people got married. It was not like it was never a thing. And so now,
Mm.
moving into that, our relationship has been a lot better. Communication, like Evo was talking about, being able to separate yourself from those feelings, um, of not being good enough, or separating, just looking at observing is like, what is this that I'm dealing
Yeah.
with. You know, why am I dealing with this? And so now, as a true testament to, you know, someone who's been in the program for like what 6 7 months now, it's it's good to see you guys on your journey too, because it's I know that it works. It works for Sasha too. You know, Sasha had to go through what he had to go through to get to
Yeah.
his lady, you know, and now they're building together to the point where it's like, all right, I got to focus on business. I got to focus on my guys. I got to be, you know what I mean? I got to go to the mountains. I got to take her out, you know, and it's more like and from to tell you the truth, Sasha, from the outside looking in, it looks like a stream, like a river is just flowing, you know, and you cross around some rocks and you cross on under some logs and some wood, some trees, and they make a
Yeah.
splash every once in a while, but it's like free flowing, and that's really how I feel
Yeah.
like the result of you know, working with Sasha has been. So keep your heads up, guys. I mean, your situation, you're in the right spot. Your situation is not going to
Yeah.
last too long. You know what I mean? It's a great feeling.
I didn't ask for a testimonial, okay?
Yeah,
You just said it.
yeah.
This is not the, but I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.